Hello everybody. It's the 23rd of April today, and my copper beech here is beginning to drop its old leaves that it's been clung to all winter, and I can see the buds are starting to extend, and it's time I did something with it. Let's just pop the can in for scale, and yeah, I think it's doing quite nicely. I grafted a branch here last year, I think it was last year, and I'm going to remove the grafting tape, which, despite its advertisements that it would rot away over winter, is completely biodegradable, hasn't biodegraded at all. So let's remove that. It is perhaps a little bit more flimsy than it was, but not entirely. See if I can get my scissors. Without cutting the end of my finger off. Okay. Well, it hasn't biodegraded, and it's still as tough as old boots, obviously. Where are we with this though? Okay, so the tree is closing over that branch. I'm quite happy with that. I think I might want to take a little bit of that lump off if I can. Do I want to do it? Yeah, I want to do it. I'm not going to cut that yet. I'm going to leave it till later in the season. But I believe that branch is well and truly grafted into the tree. It just hasn't entirely closed over yet. So, what else do I want to do to this tree? Well, I just want to do some tidying up to some bits and bobs that's bothering me, like this branch that's growing straight back into the main section of tree. I believe this is my front. Although, actually no, this is my front. Yes, no, this is definitely my front. And what I want to do is I just want to shorten some of these pieces, take off some of these pieces. I don't want that anymore. Okay, got a lot of pieces all growing out of one area just there. Cut back to a bud in there, facing in the direction I want. I want to keep it within bounds and not be too drastic, but at the same time I want to keep the centre a bit open if I can, and where I've got lots of buds all facing in the same direction, or straight up, or back in. Obviously this piece has got to stay for now. Yeah, this piece. This piece is kind of bothering me, but I don't know why. I can't explain why, but it is, and therefore it is no more. Yeah. For whatever reason that was bothering me, it's not bothering me anymore. So that's good. Okay, we'll leave that there. I will put it back on the bench and we will revisit later in the season and just see how it's looking. It's the 9th of March now, and my copper beech here is doing well. It's bringing out new shoots, and I've been pinching them back as they start to emerge, just to try and promote a little bit more ramification, working my way round as each new shoot starts to elongate. Sometimes you don't get to them quick enough and they already started to elongate like that, but yeah, trees grow slowly, but it's surprising. You take your eye off them for a day or so, just how much additional growth they can put on. Anyway, back on the bench and we'll look at it later. It's the 6th of June today, and my copper beech here is growing out really quite nicely. I've been pinching out a few new shoots from time to time, but as you can see, it's filling out rather nicely at the moment. This grafted branch, well, I'm going to leave it in place for longer. Let me bring you in a little bit closer. This is an approach graft that I did last year. I think it might have been the year before, and it really looks as though it's taken, but I've been burned before and I've thought things have taken, and so yeah, I'm just going to leave it in place. It really does need to grow an awful lot in order to compete with this branch, or not to compete, but to thicken up like this one has. But anyway, we'll come back and see to it from time to time. So my copper beech here is, well, it's looking less coppery now. It changes with the seasons, and I can tell that it's beginning to turn. It's feeling the autumn coming towards us. It's quite chilly today actually. I'm just going to remove this piece of wire. It's done its job, and I'm really quite pleased with the essential shape of this tree. It's still far more vigorous this side. This grafted branch, if we look around at the back, you can see where it comes from this branch, and it's grafted into the trunk here. I'm pretty certain that's now taken. But as I said earlier in this video, I don't want to count my chickens. I've lost a branch on another tree thinking it had taken and it hadn't. So I'm going to leave this on for the whole of the winter and wait until this branch is fully in growth next spring before I chop it from its parent. I'll put this back on the bench and we'll visit it when it colours up for autumn. So it's the 24th of October today. Cooper's had a little relax on his warming mat out there in the cold. Still going, still happy. We haven't got Parker with us today, so we're having a quiet day. But really we're out here to be finishing off this video on my copper beech, which is turning a rather attractive shade of yellow, apart from a few leaves that are still green, and those which have already gone brown. So it's a sort of browny, yellowy, greeny, reddy colour, which is quite attractive in its own way. Yeah, still looking at this grafted branch and thinking, I don't know. We've got significant widening this side vis-a-vis of that side, so I'm going to leave it and cut it away come spring. I mean, obviously this branch needs to thicken up considerably in relation to this one anyway, but other than that I'm quite happy with the shape and size. Well, I say that, maybe this corner needs filling in, but perhaps I can wire this branch down further. Yeah, I think that would help. I could do that now. As I say, I'm going to leave that pruning until later, but this branch could come down and be resting there over winter. So let's do that. Anchor that wire there. It's this pieces that I really want to come down. Not entirely sure I've got enough length of wire, but we shall see. Yeah. I think that piece needs to go down as well. So nothing fancy, just that fills in that quarter quite nicely, I think. So there you have it. Pop the can in for scale, and I'll just say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Do all the usual YouTube things, the liking, the subscribing, comment below, but most of all, please stay safe, everybody.